Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Mike, you were here an hour and 20 minutes ago. You're the first one in. I think Cranky may be running a little bit late. So I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. It's a work weekend for me, but hope everybody else had a great weekend. Got some stuff in that I had ordered or bought online, and but other than that, the trips to the LCS usually happen on payday, so we got another week for that. Let's see here. Sorcerer Stan, good evening. Waiting for Cranky. I sent him a text a little while ago, said, seeing a few. So I know he's got a lot going on, so he may not, he may be a little bit late or make his grand entrance. So let's see here. Let's see. So, anybody paying attention to the NHL or the NBA playoffs? I can't even keep up with who's doing what. All I know is everybody had a great laugh at LeBron James' expense, and once again eliminated from the playoffs. Our hockey team doesn't make playoffs anymore, so kind of lost sight of that. Hey, 7 Stacks, hi there. And just so you guys know, the videos on my part, I know I usually put them out every day or every other couple days, and about the only way I can do things right now is with StreamYard there. So I haven't been putting out videos because I'm not into like doing lives every day. I'm not the greatest at flying solo on these things. So, I haven't been doing the videos. That will change as soon as I can get my hands on a new camera that's got, doesn't have sound that's going in and out and up and down and make me sound like I'm talking, inside a can, outside a can, inside a can, outside a can. So, hopefully that'll happen soon. Figure I'd show you guys this. I got this and I know I'm not a big fan of the wheel games on auctions and that, but one of my 4 or 5 that I actually buy things from and whatnot, and I'm not pushing it for it or against it. It's up to you whether you like it or not. I got a few people on there that I go see. I want to say at least 2 of them are members of the community. They have channels. Actually, I believe Mars Mark. I'm sorry, 3 of them. And then this other guy I've been buying from quite a while, and he always puts out good stuff. And when he does the wheel spins, his floor, as they call it, which is the cheapest thing you can get, is usually pretty decent. Well, I figured I'd get on there and take one shot, and my one shot actually, turned out pretty good. I mean, it was an $11 shot, but I ended up with Proof 2013 Silver Eagle. Yeah, not a big fan of all the packaging and all that because if you were buying this from the mint, you're paying extra for all that. But that was an $11 spin. where can you get a real, proof silver eagle for $11? So that was, pretty cool there. And something different for me to throw in there. And it's got all the good stuff with it. And let's see here. T-Bird is in the house. Phoenix. But yeah, it's some of the shenanigans on being Becky. Hi, yeah, Cranky's not here yet. So I'm just doing the best I can flying solo at the moment. But yeah, I've got like 4 or 5 that I will actually go to on Whatnot. And because the wheel games are getting kind of old, and some other YouTubers have done videos, and I can totally understand what they're talking about. Like World Money Wins the other day released a video where he took a chance on the wheel and ended up paying $39 for a Mercury dime. Yeah, I get it. It's not cool. But yeah, like I said, I also have my certain sellers that I will go and deal with. But just, it's always buyer beware. Yeah, T-Bird flying solo by the seat of my pants. Not sure. I know I sent him a text message a little while ago. Said, hey, see you in a few. So hopefully he'll be here soon. So let's see. All right, let's see here. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. See, I'm doing this off my phone, and they got this big thing in the middle of the chat bar that says share your referral link. And if I accidentally hit it, you're going to get a post telling you to, hook up with StreamYard. So I'm trying to get around that. Check the chat, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, I think I'm caught up on that. Being Becky, if I didn't say hi, it's just making sure I get everybody. As I get to rambling. And how's the weather in Michigan today? Rainy, like 60 and rain, kind of. We thought we were gonna be in for some flooding this morning. The way it rained, it literally rained hard all night. And we have a history when that happens. We wake up to flooded expressways where the water's up to the bottom of the bridges and all that. But fortunately, we didn't have that this morning. So it's the next it's supposed to be in the 60s tomorrow. That's gonna go back up in the 70s for the rest of the week. Of course, my days off, it's gonna be nasty outside. But let's see. So, and let's see, rain heading my way then tomorrow. Yeah, probably, if not tonight. So, but yeah, it rained pretty hard last night for a while, and it definitely did not cut down on the shenanigans at work. Actually, it made them worse. But it's some crazy weather. I mean, we go up into the 80s, and then we drop down into the 40s, and go up into the 60s and the 70s, and then drop back down into the the 50s for a couple of days. So, but they say if you don't like Michigan weather, stick around for 5 minutes. It's bound to change. Having thunderstorms here right now. Dogs are practically out. Yeah, they said we were supposed to get some later on tonight around here. So we'll see. We're ready for it. But let's see. Yeah, it's spring. Oh, it's definitely spring. One of the guys that work and I were talking about it last night, and we actually remember the year that it was like 78 on Mother's Day, and 78, we're out in the backyard barbecuing for Mother's Day and just having a good old time in shorts and t-shirts. And the next day we had a snow day because we had 8 inches of snow on the ground. So yeah, it's definitely, when they say Michigan weather, definitely Michigan weather. So let's see. And something else I picked up. I think I did the video about, because I'm working on the silver dollars and the Morgans, just tube at a time like the other stuff. But one of my people that I buy from on Whatnot was running crazy deals on the goldbacks. I know a lot of people don't like the goldbacks because of the premiums on them, and he was running them. Those of you that aren't familiar with Whatnot, or because I know that we there's some of us that talk about it all the time. I know Phoenix talks about it quite a bit. I talk about it quite a bit. And there's a couple others that do too. But what they refer to, they'll start their auctions at what they call buck and go. Well, I got 2 of the one Florida goldbacks for $7, where I think you can pay 11 for one when you go online and buy them from enter online dealer here. I ended up with a couple of the half goldbacks. I want to say probably about the same price, and you're paying $7 a piece for these on the online dealers. And then I can't remember what I paid for this. It's one of the one goldback, or this is a Nevada one I picked up just for all our friends in Nevada. I occasionally eventually I want to get one for each of the states that does them, just to say I've got one. And no, I'm not stacking them. They're collectibles. They hit it out of the ballpark with the artwork on these. And then this, he was doing this was actually a giveaway, the 2 goldback, and where he said he was upgrading from what we were buying. So I had bought the halves, I bought the ones, and he threw in the 2. So yeah, kind of cool. And like I said, I'm not stacking them. Yeah, I don't consider them a stackable. I consider them a collectible. And but yeah, the artwork on these Florida ones, I can't wait to see the ones that come out after. Not saying that the stuff that prior, like New Hampshire and South Dakota and Nevada and that, not saying that those aren't really nice to look at, but these Florida ones are really nice to look at. And I probably won't get them all because there's some of them that if I'm buying a 1/10 of an ounce of gold, it's going to be a coin or a bar, or it's not gonna be a gold back. So, and I know I want to say I can't remember if it's the 50 that's comes out to a 1/10 of an ounce of gold, but yeah, I'm not happening. So. Yeah, the Florida ones are cool. I know I kind of got hooked and started looking at them when Stack Attack showed this one when they were getting ready to release them. That's the 5, and I mean, just looks like she's gonna say, "All right, I'm done. I'm out of here," and just walk away. I mean, it's just very detailed, very they did a really good job on it, and same with the other ones too. We'll put those up, and So I'm open to questions if anybody's got any questions. I know we only got, well, according to what I'm seeing, we got 4 people here right now. So I'll have to tell Cranky everybody, because he's still not here yet either, or he's not showing up. Let me see. Nope, he's not in the basement waiting. So I know I'll have to tell him everybody was waiting for him. So let's see, making sure. Making sure I'm not missing anything in the chat here. Yeah, T-Bird, I started out with one, and it was a New Hampshire one that I got back when I first started out and was dealing with one of the online dealers, and they, if you spent so much, they threw in a free gold back, because that was when they were really just starting to get popular with some people. And but they're cool to look at, and I don't, again, with the premiums the way they are, I don't see them as a stackable. It's like, you want something cool to look at, there you go. Because you pay all that money in premiums to get them. And all right, T-Bird, will do, my friend. Have a safe rest of your shift, and we'll talk to you later. Yes, T-Bird, I have some of those too. I think I've got 4 of those. T-Bird's talking about the ones that Silver Dragons commissioned for them to do. Some may have seen them, some may not. Pardon my lighting situation here for a second. I'm going to move this. That actually almost makes it better. I have to leave that there. Let's see. All right. These ones are quite a bit bigger because, it's just like regular silver. An ounce of silver is a lot bigger than an ounce of gold. But I've got 2 of these are 2023s, and 2 of them are 2024s. But this is what T-Bird's talking about here. These are the ones that Silver Dragons got together with them and made a limited run of these. These don't have, they say right on not negotiable, so they're not negotiable like or not legal tender, not negotiable, whatever you want to call it. It's just, it's a collector's item that they did. So you're not going to be able to use them like you would use the gold backs in those states, and again, there's no state attached to these either. So it's just Silver Dragon Silverback limited edition collectible. 1/1000th of a troy ounce of pure silver, not legal tender. So put that up there. Silver State Stacker, good evening. Looks like I'm flying solo tonight. Cranky's not here yet, and we're just like we say, flying by the seat of our pants. So, but yeah, that's so that's pretty about. Well, I picked up some other little stuff, but I'm not going to dig it all out. Little fractional pieces here and there, just to fill in the. You set a limit for yourself, and you want your change in silver, so you get what you get. So you get what you can get. So a few little tiny pieces that are already in the tiny chest there. So Yeah, T-Bird's going wild with those with his pores. I mean, gee whiz. He's running out of room. He's gonna have to get a bigger table with all the stuff he's pouring. I mean, this, and I mean, he's even if I did pour, which I don't trust myself because of physical limitations that I have. And I know I've talked about it before. Not trusting myself being able to have a steady hand to pour the hot metal, molten metal. Yep, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, my friend. It's almost 700. I get there when I get there. I'm not pushing it, but no, I live vicariously through everybody that's got the patience and the steady hands to pour. But I mean, he's gonna need to get a bigger table because he has no fear of pouring stuff. There's a lot of stuff that he's poured that I would have looked at and went, nah, there's no way. Like he did that rose, that that he poured out of copper, and it's like, geez, man, I wouldn't have had the patience, and two, it wouldn't I wouldn't have had that kind of luck. So yeah, he's definitely a pouring machine. He's and if you don't subscribe to T-Bird, check him out. He'll get on quite a bit and do lives when he gets off of work at night. So, it's kind of late night when he does them. But those of us, us third shifters, we third shifters, and depending on where you work, first shifters. We're up late at night even on our days off. So yeah, we get to check him out quite a bit, or you can check out his replays. He gets on there. He also does. He pours quite a bit. He'll do videos of him doing his pours and cool stuff. Like I said, I live vicariously through him, and when Cranky does his live, and I know Thule has done some live. So yeah, definitely got to have patience. So, but like I've mentioned before, and you guys have probably seen it in videos where if I hold things a certain way, my hand starts shaking, and my luck, that'll be, and that happens sometimes in both hands, and that would be my luck that it would start right about the time I'm trying to dump that crucible, full of hot molten silver or copper or whatever, and it'll end up everywhere but in the mold. So, but yeah, I leave that to everybody else. So, but yeah, I'm creeping up on 700. Not in a big hurry. I know you get time. I've been just every time I go into my email, I've got a couple times I've had like 10 emails. We can help you get more subscribers. And it all boils down to they want me to pay them a fee to help me get subscribers. If I can't do it on my own, I don't need to be here. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I've gotten to 693 in a year, or 694 in a year. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not racing anybody. You can see, you've probably seen it a whole bunch of times. I will share the heck out of people's stuff to get people to check them out and subscribe in that. And I think if I was worried about subscription numbers, I wouldn't be doing that. I'd watch my videos, and I don't, some people will shame the people that say, hit the like and subscribe. I just don't do it. Because if you like what I'm saying, you like what I'm doing, okay, that's fine. If you want to see more of it, that's fine. I don't have to tell you to do it. You can do it on your own. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. It's yeah, exactly. I don't trust me. They go right in the delete bin. Or yeah. Yeah, I'm not. No, they can keep it. I have no way. Again, not trying to toot my own horn, but I think I've done pretty good on my own. I don't need somebody, quote unquote, helping me. Let's see here. And yep, I'm almost at 700. And hey, if it takes me 5 years to get to 1,000, so be it. So, but I'm having fun. I enjoy, talking back and forth with you guys, and interacting with the community and that. And occasionally, I get in there and help, or I know something that somebody says, hey, what does anybody know about this? And hey, I know. I get excited because hey, I know about that. So, but and I've said before, I hope that maybe I've taught some people some things. I know I've learned a ton, and it's just early on. Somebody mentioned that they don't like the word community, and I don't remember who it was. They don't like the word community because community implies you help each other out, and we do help each other. We do the best we can with helping each other out, and whether it's I go into an LCS and I know that Silver State or Seven is looking for a particular piece of silver, and my LCS has it. Okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to get a hold of that person, email or whatever, and say, hey, I found this piece you're looking for. This is how much it is. Do you want it? And of course, I'm not trying, and I'm the type where I'm not trying to make money on. I know there's some people that will. Actually, I was on the receiving end of an honest member of the community when she came across a tube of the Michigan, the silver-proof Michigan state quarters. She's like, hey, I found these. Do you want one? Yeah, how much? And she wasn't trying to make anything off of it. She knew a community member was looking for this, and I same way. That's helping each other out. And you know what? If I grab it and you say, nah, I'm good. All right, you know what? It's going in my stack. So it's a win-win. Stuff like that, or we just we kind of look out for each other, and in a distant way, because I know there's a lot of us that we like our privacy. That's why all you ever see is our hands. We don't see each other face to face, but life happens, and in some way, whether it's just most of the time it's just a kind word in the comments. We look out for each other. It's like, hey, sorry to hear about what happened, or hey, congratulations on the new grandbaby. Stuff like that. Just little things add up. Yeah, and that's to me, that's community. It would be a boring world without a community. You're right, Silver State. You're very true, very true. And it's and I was one at one time that I saw a few of these videos floating around from different people. Like, oh geez, here's these doggone they think the world's coming to an end tomorrow. That's what I thought about stacking back at one time. And then somewhere along the line some reality hit, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was watching videos, how to put together use your term, whatever term you want. I say go bag because it takes a little bit of the what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of the animosity out of it. A lot of people call it a bug out bag. Well, no, I call it a go bag, because when you're grabbing that bag, I mean, we gotta go. But I was, watching a video where a guy was talking about how to, what you should have in your, in your go bag. And he's quite the well-respected YouTuber in the field of prepping, which I know a lot of us are preppers. Prepping, survival, 2A related things. He's very well respected in that community. And he mentioned something about having, obviously having a bag with assorted, fiat currency in it, and changing that. Hey, Mike. Well, let's see. Looks like I'm flying solo tonight. Not sure what happened, but here we are. But when he was talking about, having some fiat currency in there and having, some change, some quarters, nickels, and dimes in there, and he says, and it might even be a good idea to have a little bit of precious metal. And he's, trying to stay on the side of, you're not going to load your bag up with, 5-ounce bars, 10, even 1-ounce bars or coins or rounds. And you just want something lightweight that's got some value to it. And he had a couple of the, I want to say the 2.5 gram silver bars. They were on an assay card. I think they were the IGR bars, whatever. But he he had those in there, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, he's got silver in there. Okay, well, and then I start, diving into the precious metals things, and here I am, and I started out, I was watching everything that Stack Attack put out, everything that Silver Dragons and Yankee put out, and I want to say there were a couple others, and you can tell. I mean, they're all like in Stack Attack's case, he's not the hugest channel out there, but he's the most honest. And let me see here. Who is that knocking at my door? Let's see here. Could that be? Let's see here. Okay, now my.
Mishy,
Cranky,
can you hear me?
here.
Can you hear me?
You came. Yes, I can. You came just in time to save the day. I'm running out of material.
Well, I have to apologize. I forgot what day it is.
That's not a problem.
I was out planting onion sets and tomatoes in the garden, and forgot that it was Monday. And I just came in and took my boots off and sat down on the porch with the dogs and went, "Oh crap." My sincerest apologies.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Hey, life happens. I figured I was gonna send you a text or call you. If
Say,
I
where the
didn't
hell were you?
like, hey man,
Where the heck
hey,
are
man,
you, man?
okay? Do I need to get on a plane and come help?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Well, I'm late.
Oh, you're fine.
I do apologize. I literally I have no excuse other than I was out there working in the yard. It's like 78
You were out
degrees and
there
it's
busting
beautiful,
your
and
hooves.
I forgot what day it was. I just totally forgot. So
Nah, you're fine. So
you can.
We'll catch you up. Mike was here like an hour and 20 minutes before the stream started.
Mike's always right on time. Well, there you go. They're picked up.
GSF just popped in. What's happening, GSF? Sorcerer Stan's here. T-Bird was here for a little bit, but he was on a break at work, so he's
good about that. Yeah, he's good about that.
Yeah.
Well, Mike being here that early is if he'll what do they say in Congress? I when they give somebody their time,
Oh, geez. Yeah, I
you
know
know
what
what
you're
I'm talking
talking
about?
about.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Hi Stan, hi GSF, Mike, Silver Supplement, 7
So,
Stacks. Hello.
yep,
I
Silver
just
State's here.
Farmer. I got a
Yep.
farmer. I got some pictures I'm going to email to you. It's I went to pick up some sandwiches yesterday, and they have this. Well, heck, I'll show it to you right now, and I'll send it to you. But it's I I just for some reason I just thought of you.
Uh-oh.
How about that?
Oh, there you go. That's kind of cool.
Lori says, "Quit saying that." Oh my gosh, I. Well, I don't. I hope you've been keeping everybody up and on a positive note. Um,
Oh yeah. We're just
good.
talking about the weather and my my ill-made decisions of purchases I made.
I saw your foreign coins. They were
Yeah.
way cool, dude.
Yeah, every
Very
once in a
very
while,
cool.
yeah, that was they were doing Spectacular was helping his coin shop down there in Florida do their whatnot auction, and he just like grabbed a handful of them and said, "Here you go, buck and go." And yeah, it's just every once in a while I'll throw some
Nice.
foreign stuff in there. One of these days I'll get an album or something and actually put everything together because I've actually that's all my foreign coins, and there's no Canadian in there. Canadian's got its own container.
Not yeah. I'm with you on that. I have my Canadian tubes and my Canadian bag, and then my UK
Yeah,
bag, and then all the other four. And I have
yeah,
God, I've probably got 200-300 coins I need to go through
yeah,
sort out the silver and just the cool ones.
yeah.
I've had well, first of all, it's official. I'm old. For those of you who are kind of squeamish, don't look, but this I'm old. My skin, I hit my hand and it just
Oh,
peeled back. It just peeled back like my 96-year-old mother's. Um,
oh,
so yeah,
yikes!
that's I've been um, I've been really struggling this week. I just have not had a good week. I tried this wax cast ring with um, some what am I trying to say? See, here I go with the old thing again. Aquamarine, the aquamarine crystal in it, right?
Yeah,
I chunked some off and put it in there, and I finally got most of the wax or the sand to stick, and it wouldn't do it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it was really frustrating. And then I finally got one, and I went out and I got it in there, and this bottom part right here where the uh, where the ring breaks off, I
yep.
I was standing there holding uh, pouring molten silver, and I just had some sort of a little uh, spastic something or other, and I poured about a half ounce of silver. I mean, it just went everywhere. It's like, man, what in the heck
Oh,
is wrong?
yeah,
So that's going along with my thinking of taking a break here for a while.
yeah,
I'm I want to finish up a couple of special projects that you probably know about, but
right,
um, I have some neurological stuff going on that
yeah,
uh, in all honesty, it really concerns me
right.
because it's not cool. I'm losing coordination and I'm losing hand strength, and I can't hold on to anything.
Right.
Having some balance issues and all that sort of thing, and it's all from this C7T1 thing. So
Yep.
I got a CT scan tomorrow,
Yeah.
and
Not making light of it, Cranky, but welcome to the Nut Club.
yeah, I thank you. It's a dubious honor. Uh, um, I'm a little concerned about this.
Yeah.
I'm usually, everything's going to be all right, but this has really
Right.
started. This has really started, and it's like I almost fall over sometimes. Like, man, I ain't 90 yet. Come on.
Right. Well, that was me 4 years ago. So.
Well, and here I've invested in all this stuff for all these this jewelry work, and I can't hold on to anything.
Yeah.
So I'm maybe liquidating my tools before they even really get tried out.
Well,
But
let them figure out what's going on first before you do all that.
yeah, I really want to get into this, but it ain't going so well.
Yeah.
So
Well.
all right, so on to the next topic. That was a nice downer for.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Here, let's throw you a little bit of an upwards vibe to it. I'll give you the prime example. I woke up on a Monday morning. I was sore, but I was fine. I was moving around. Everything was great. Did what I had to do that morning. Took a nap because I had to work that night. Got up from my nap and I couldn't move my right arm at all. Okay. Well, they told me because mine was C456. Once they did the X-rays and MRIs and all that, they told me I wasn't going to get my arm back. Well, as you can see, I'm moving my arm. I'm moving my fingers. So, don't put yourself in a bad spot yet. So.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It just is like it's really come on fast.
Yeah. I get it. I do get it. I mean, granted, yours is a little bit lower in the spine than mine was, but I get it where, one minute everything's fine and the next minute not so much.
Yeah.
But, let them figure out what's going on. And, if they think they can fix it, let them fix it. So you may get stuck in one of those
they're calling for it pretty quick.
Yeah. You might get stuck in one of those ugly green necklaces for 6 to 8 weeks, but
what the hell's that? I like green.
The designer seat collar they put you in after you have surgery up in the neck region. Yeah. Oh, they're the most beautiful shade of green you ever seen in your life.
Did you say beautiful shitty green or beautiful shade of green? Forest green.
Oh, these are more like I don't know, when the Army wore those light green uniform shirts, more like that color, green.
Nice. Yeah. I'll put on my yellow socks. Well, somebody will put on my yellow socks. Apparently, I don't know.
Hey, you know what? I'll have to see if I can get you a set of the royal blue ones from our place.
There you go. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, and so we actually had a patient the one year on Michigan State weekend asked if she could have a pair of each so she could put a blue one on one foot and a yellow one on the other foot. So
yeah,
for you of them.
any special care you guys can give me, I'd certainly appreciate that. Graciously accepted. So I really don't have anything. The only thing I've picked up recently is like some dimes in farmers auction.
Yeah,
don't forget Thule and farmers auctions on Saturdays, y'all.
Oh yeah.
And let's see what I pick up. Some dimes from him, and did you see SGT's post the other day on IG of his his ponder stone, his ponder piece? He put that up in the auction this weekend, and I actually got it. And it's got his new stamp, his new metal stamp logo on it. So nice. Yeah, that I finally got a piece of SGT. I've gone to auctions and stuff where he's either done it or he's been with somebody else, and I just didn't have money at the time. Right. So yeah, I got that. I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to do me an auction too, folks. Only this auction is going to be a lot of what's in this little box right here. There will be pieces, obviously, that I'll never get rid of, but there's some like Haley Bug and some what else have I got in here? Reckless Metals. I'm gonna go. I'm really seriously gonna get rid of some of this stuff and put the money back in bullion silver. I'm done with the specialty stuff. I think at this point in time, with things being what they are for me, I'm gonna concentrate on some fractional gold and some silver bullion. So no GSF. Oh, no auction this weekend for GSF. And
yeah.
Oh, Stan, I wondered about that because I knew you were in and out. Hi, FG Stacker, Silver State. Yeah, Stan was in that auction this last weekend, and I knew that he was out, so I went ahead and bid.
Caught him snoozing, huh?
He had to leave for something. I don't know. He was kind of in and out a little bit, and when he was gone, it's. By the way, Stan, if that situation comes up again, if you want, I can text you or email you my phone number, and you can call me ahead of time and tell me when you're going to be out and when you're going to be in. And nah, that's it worked out fine. He says he's already shipped it, so I'll do a video on that coming up here. But I'm just not. I don't know. I don't want to commit YouTube suicide or anything, but it's just not going well right now. So we'll figure something else out, some other way of being active. But anyways, so I got a new source for some ideas in the jewelry and everything. It's called Sydney K Jewelry.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sydney K dot jewelry, and she sent me this really nice card today. And said, Your Honor, a tree's being planted in one of America's forests. Super nice young lady. And I don't know if she's on YouTube or not, but she is on Instagram. But there's
a whole bunch of Sydney K's on YouTube, because I actually went looking to see if she had a channel, and it's like everyone but her. But okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pop over to IG and see what I can find.
SydneyK.jewelry.com, I think is her website. But she does these incredible designs, and she sent me this little. It's like a zip tie, but
resizer.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
There's half sizes and full sizes, and she sent me that. So I just thought that was way cool, and she's answered a couple of questions for me on the wax and all that kind of stuff. She's a real nice young lady, so I would highly recommend everybody go over and check out her Instagram over there or her website.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's been like the best thing that's happened all week, is getting a little ring size.
Well, maybe you'll get a giggle out of this. And this was another one of last week was another one of those weeks where, day off. Why do you need a day off? No, we're going to make you go to training on your days off. So one of the things that we have to do, and for those of you that don't know, I am a retired police officer who now works in hospital security. And yes, we do carry much the same equipment as your local police, including tasers. Well, we have to go through a yearly recertification with the tasers. So we're standing in line and we're doing our simulated this, that, and the other. And the instructors acting as though they, we've never seen one of these things, let alone held one. They're going through where they have to tell you everything to do. So this instructor says, okay, activate the safety and holster your taser. Well, these are training tasers. These aren't the ones that actually go out with you when you go out on duty. And they're quite rough around the edges. Well, the gentleman next to me goes to holster his taser, and I watched him put the safety on. And all you hear as he goes to put it in the holster is,
Oh shoot!
yeah, he went for the 5-second ride right in the hand.
Man,
I was like, I thought you were having a bad day. No. So that's the kind of week we've been having around here.
I maybe we should incorporate some of this taser. Maybe we can do some sort of neurotherapy.
Oh no, no, not with these new ones. These new ones are evil.
Yeah, I did. So do you guys have to do? You guys have to submit to the
No.
test run of these things,
No.
except for that guy, right?
They can, you can if you want to. Our one instructor refuses to come anywhere near me with one because of that neck issue that I had, because I have a 2-inch titanium plate in my neck, and his thing is he doesn't want to see me glow in the dark.
Yeah. So, there you go. Well, you know, that's kind.
I'm not a fan of pain. We did have one of the guys I work with that because we just got this particular model last year, and he wanted to know what it felt like, so he took the 5-second ride. And I still to this day will ask him, hey, so you want to do it again? And his response is a little too colorful for YouTube, so I'm not going to repeat it.
Now you need that. We need Tim the Tool Man to zhuzh that thing up a little bit.
But I do have to give him credit for this, though. If he were to ever tase somebody, and you know everybody in this world is sue happy now, he tases somebody and they sue and it goes to court, and he gets a lawyer that, you have no idea, you have no sense of what you did to my client. Well, no, actually,
yeah,
I do. Here's the paperwork from the manufacturer, and here's the paperwork from the department.
There you go.
I took the ride, so I do know. So, and this is one of these guys that works out 5 days a week, and he's a health nut and all that. And yeah, he went down like a ton of bricks. I've actually got it on video. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to, I would voluntarily submit to.
No, I know at one time you had to, and they realized that wasn't the brightest idea, especially when you got some of these departments where, you know, they were just introducing tasers, and a lot of your officers were like in our age range and had problems they didn't know about, and those problems were made worse by taking the ride. So.
Well, didn't they used to when they did that, didn't they used to use like a bite stick or a mouthpiece or something when they were doing that? Huh?
Nope. They just put one person on each side of you so you don't face plant when it hits you.
No thanks. What are you guys going to do tonight? Oh, we're going to go down and volunteer for taser.
Well, I've had people tell me they'd rather get tased than get sprayed. I'm the complete opposite. You can spray me all day. Just don't tase me. So, yeah,
there you go. Ride the lightning. There's your emoji right there.
I was actually an instructor for the spray at one time, and this is back when I was on the department. They send us to a class where the grand finale of the class is you have to get sprayed with it. And they take us out on the front lawn. It was the county sheriff's department that was hosting the training, so we're out on the front lawn of their training center over by Metro Airport. And the instructor comes down the line, and he's got one of these canisters that looks like something they would use during a riot. You know, like it looks like a big black fire extinguisher. And he comes down, and when we instruct our people that you give them a 1 second shot, you know, and you're aiming for the tip of the nose. Well, this guy comes up because, you know, the instructor's got to be bigger and badder than the people they're teaching. We took a 3 second shot.
Ooh.
And we're standing there, and he goes all the way down the line, and he comes back, and he stops in front of me and the guy next to me from the same department. He's looking at us. He goes, again, not YouTube appropriate, but basically what the blankety blank 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 is wrong with you two. And I looked the guy dead in the face, and mind you, I'm supposed to be, and pardon the expression, I'm supposed to be sweating, snotting, hacking, spitting, crying, you know, begging for my mommy because I feel like I'm gonna die, whatever. And I'm standing there looking at my, we use this stuff multiple times a day, every day at work. And he's like, okay. And I said, we have one guy in our unit that anytime he pulled out that can and sprayed, everybody but the bad guy got sprayed. So we're used to it.
Yeah.
We're used to it. This is nothing. We're standing there watching the squirrels running around on the front lawn and watching the cars down at the road, going up and down the road and all that, you know, like it was no big deal. So I'd rather get sprayed than get tased. That they can keep the taser.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you know, if you had your choice, which you would you'd rather do the spray, huh?
Oh, you can. Well, the stuff we carry, I don't want anything to do with. But the stuff I carried back when I was a police officer, that stuff, you know, it's like one step above Taco Bell hot sauce.
Oh,
to me.
Which, if you've ever gotten it in your eye, does have.
Right? But the stuff that they've convinced all these departments to go to now is a gel.
Yeah.
And it's a gel, and you know, it was one of those deals where all I had to do with the old stuff was get it in your general area, and it's going to work. This stuff, you know, I get you anywhere on the face, it's going to work. Well, this stuff, you have to aim for the eyebrows and go from left to right, from ear to ear with this stuff to get it to work. I'm not taking that much time. I'm not taking time to aim.
Given any situation as far as,
and on top of that, the can's red so they can see it coming, which is always something that we didn't, you know. The old stuff, it was a black can. You didn't see it coming until your face got wet, and then it got hot. So
now that gel stuff probably sticks pretty.
Oh, it does. And
I would bet that's not good.
It's almost like putting on Edge shaving gel. The
Hey,
more
Southeast,
it foams up and goes everywhere.
Oh, Southeast Stackers in the house.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Southeast.
Well, I want to do a quick shout out to Silver Spurs 420. I did a post for him the other day, and I don't know what made me think of that, but I did a post the other day. He had like 68 subs is all. I was kind of surprised. So if y'all are not subbed to Silver Spurs 420, go sub him up and check him out. He's got some cool stuff in his stack. So, and he's doing some nice sterling stuff for his wife. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, shout out there real quick. But, well, mister, I didn't want to come in and be a bummer, downer and everything. I feel better knowing.
You know, you gotta just come hang out with us for a few minutes. We'll talk smack and get you laughing.
I watched probably the funniest video I've ever seen, and it clearly is not appropriate. It's not, and it's not, you know, like foul language or anything like that. But it's if you don't have a sense of humor, you don't have some thick skin, it's not funny at all. But it absolutely hit me this morning. It was like the first video I watched this morning, and I probably watched it 20 times. It's hilarious. And the more you listen to it, the more you hear, and it's just hilarious. I can't tell you how funny this thing was. Uh, and it's appropriate for somebody probably of older age like us that
Right.
sees the humor in some things that younger folks don't have
Right.
the intestinal fortitude just to laugh at. Or anyway, yeah, it was pretty funny. Oh, anybody's interested in that, I might be convinced to forward it to you. Gold sniping farmers got to go. Thanks for coming, man. Sorry I was late.
Yeah. Stacker Man's here.
SMC, nice. Stacker Man, that special project's gonna get finished up here real quick, and before I do my adios for a while. So yeah, now that adios for a while isn't gonna. I mean, that's not good. Other than the fact that I would forget to do a live stream with you, that doesn't disclude me. Disclude. That doesn't take me out of doing live streams with you and fish. I just can't.
Well, it's like I said when I made that comment. If you got to take a break, you got to take a break. So.
Yeah, I'm really concerned about this. I'm not gonna
put it off for a while. You do it.
So. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really concerned about this. So we'll see what happens. But anyways.
Well, and we got your back. No pun intended. We've got your back.
Yeah.
So.
That's good though. Somebody needs to get it.
At least I thought about it before I said it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Well, that's appreciated.
Now somebody will be like, "Hey, man, that wasn't cool."
Absolutely cool. Absolutely cool. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Silver State Stacker. Well, glow in the dark. Geez, what's glow in the dark? Yeah, southeast.
I was talking about my our one instructor not wanting to hit me with the taser.
Oh, gotcha.
Me glow in the dark.
Yeah. Southeast. It's not it really isn't the thing about of being burned out. It's more of a physical thing, which is affecting my mental attitude, and I'm not. I'm a little disillusioned with some aspects, and therefore I'm just not. I'm not being who I ought to be on here. So,
yeah, we still love you though, Cranky.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll be back, but we'll see. And then you heard it here first, folks. And this is we'll do a final broadcast like they do for a end of, what do they call that, not end of shift, but end of tour or end of duty,
end of watch.
End of watch. Yeah, that's the ticket. So we'll see. But yeah, it's something's got to change here pretty quick, and I got a feeling it's going to be more than one thing changing. So, but now that I've completely bummed everybody out, thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
I watched an older movie this morning. One of my all-time favorite Clint Eastwood movies. And if it comes to that, you use his line: improvise, adapt, overcome.
Hey, is that are you talking Hamburger Hill?
No, Heartbreak Ridge.
Heartbreak Ridge, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then being a fan of the silver and certain pieces of silver, as that was ending, because I don't pay for streaming services. I refuse to do it.
Yeah.
And I've got Tubi on my phone, which
that's a good network. That's a good streamer.
Yeah. Well, as Heartbreak Ridge is ending, it's doing the little coming in 5 seconds. I watched The Devil's Brigade.
Oh, nice.
So, which is the first time I've ever watched that from, I think I've seen about 5 minutes of it. Didn't know what I was watching. But watched the whole thing of that now. So, because Canada's got that half-ounce silver coin that's on the reverse has got the tribute to the Devil's Brigade, or the First Special Service Force.
Yep. Nice.
Those guys were
nice.
nuts.
Yeah, definitely.
Watching that movie, I was like, geez, these guys are nuts.
Oh, well, Mishy, I'm gonna bow out here. I can't sit on this stool much longer here. And again,
I'm gonna do
I don't mean to be a downer for.
We've been here for about an hour, and you're not a downer. It's just, at least, because you've told people what's going on. At least they know. And we all do what we can to look out for each other, and I'm just a phone call away.
Yep, I know that, and it's just like I'm closer to 70 than any other 5 year mark in somebody's life, and it's like all of a sudden, man, all this stuff is just going wham bam. It's like, man, I was just getting used to being in my 60s. Now I gotta think about getting used to the 70s. What the hell?
Right.
I don't think I like them right just yet.
Right. Yeah. Goes by too quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be here before you know it, man. And it's beginning to. I'm beginning to feel a little bit of the latent effects of the early youthful indiscretion type years.
Yeah.
like a lot. So, yeah, we'll get through it. It's just a matter, I got to get the head in the right space first. And
you'll get there.
Oh yeah,
you'll get there.
I'm going to be around till Jesus comes, I think. But I mean, I'm not wishing for him to come anytime soon. Well, I do every day, but not. There's 3D. It wouldn't bother me if he came today, but I'm not finished with what I think I need to be doing.
Right.
So there's that grace thing again.
To give you up yet either, so.
Oh, I have so much wisdom to impart to you youngsters. That would be a marathon live stream, wouldn't it?
Hey, you know
what would we call that? Nuggets from Cranky. Yeah. I don't know what we figure something out to call it. But all right. Well, my friend, I'm gonna bow out gracefully, a little more gracefully than the way I came in.
Oh no, you know what? Hey, Cranky, don't even worry about it, buddy. So I'm gonna wrap it up too. So everybody have a great rest of your Monday night.
Thank you all for coming in. I just appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. And keep stacking, keep hunting, and we'll let Cranky do his.
Mike, fill me in on what I missed. And y'all stay safe, shoot straight, keep stacking. Stack the right stuff, y'all. I'm out.
All right, have a good one, everybody. Miss you's out.